Hey guys, what's up? So I am making a little video today to talk about my first year of marriage and what I've learned, especially during these times in which we are and we are unable to go out and explore. So we have practically lived and eaten and breathed and slept and everything together for the past year. 24/7, except from maybe 2 weeks when Dan went to visit his family. I want to talk about 4 points that I think are super important that I have discovered. The first one is communication. Now, communication is an obvious one, but to be able to master communication with your partner is a lot harder than you think it is. Once you've spent a lot of time with someone, you can definitely pick up on each other's inflections in their voices. So if I'm feeling a bit tired one day, or a bit out of energy, run down, or annoyed at somebody else, the inflections in my voice are a lot more prevalent to Dan as they would be to my housemate. And my partner definitely picks up on this a lot more than anyone else I've ever known, and I do the same thing for him. Now, we have to remember every day that we are two different people and that we live in our own heads a lot, but we also have to remember that the inflections and things aren't always aimed at each other. And that's been a really valuable but difficult lesson to learn, is how not to get annoyed at your partner for the smallest inflection in their voice and just let it go, like water off a duck's back. The other thing with communication is I had some thoughts at this middle of this year where I was thinking about other guys, and that in a relationship is majorly taboo, that you wouldn't necessarily talk or think about. But when you get married, you definitely have thoughts of, oh, I'm never going to get the opportunity to do this again, or am I missing out? Because it doesn't matter if you're single or in a relationship, you always think you're missing out on the flip side. So I had to raise this with Dan and let him know that I had these thoughts. It took me 3 months to get the courage to do it, and he knew before I even said it that something was going on, because for 3 months I was in my head a lot thinking, and how do I express this? I eventually expressed it to him, and his reaction is what you could imagine. It wasn't very happy. We talked it out. It took us a while to talk it out, like a few weeks to kind of get it out, and my biggest fear was that he would leave me because of these thoughts that I'd had. The main thing is to be able to be fully open with your partner, and who knows, they might surprise you because they've had the same thoughts. And I know that for Dan, maybe he had the same thoughts and he didn't leave me, and we still are together, which is awesome. So point number 2 that I want to touch on is manipulation. This is an odd word to talk about, but because the word itself, manipulation, is quite a negative word, and when you're using that word, it definitely symbolizes in your life that you are doing something towards somebody else to make them do things for you. This isn't always the case that I've discovered, because to me, manipulation is the little things, by saying, oh, I wish you would do this more, I wish you would do that more, or I wish you wouldn't do that. These are little forms of manipulation. By doing this, we have to be aware that we are attempting to change our partner and their behaviors. By saying, I wish you wouldn't do this, or I wish you would do that, we are manipulating them. And it's very important to recognize that and to understand that, because when we enter a relationship, we are entering it for that person, not to form that person into somebody completely different. So be mindful of that in all of your relationships, not just romantic. When you're saying that you wish people would do things, then you are actually, in a roundabout way, manipulating the way that they behave. Point number 3 is independence. Now, I am definitely a codependent partner, and I think Dan is too, because we literally do everything together. And especially with everything going on at the moment, it has made us do more together than anything that we can do. So we've started the business together, the clothing, and we live together, we sleep together, we do eat together, we drive everywhere together because we have one car, we literally do everything together. And it's only maybe the past 3 weeks that we've started to learn to get a little bit more independence in our lives and do things separate. which is extremely difficult, as you can imagine, in the current climate, but it is definitely something that we're working on, such as me going and doing a photo shoot with some people for our clothing brand, while he does a lot more technical stuff for it. So with independence, we also have to remember that we are our own individual people with our own aspirations and our own dreams, along with having the dream with our partner. So it's really interesting and important to build these together, but also keep them separate. It sounds quite confusing because it's a relationship and they are hard work, but don't lose who you are when you're with someone. Like, really keep a sense of your self-identity when you're with someone, no matter how hard it is, because it's very easy to get wrapped up into each other's lives that you become the same person. It's important to stay yourself because that's what you were like before you met. So yeah, make sure that you stay independent and do your own thing for some of the time. And the fourth point that I want to touch on today is support. And you know, when you enter a relationship, you are basically becoming an important support structure of that person's life. You will be there day and night for your partner, and to support someone, it doesn't necessarily mean to help them through dark times or to be a shoulder to cry on or anything like that, but it also means to help them grow and encourage them to do what they want to do. It's not about, you know, I want to do this, it's about what they want to do, nurture and make them grow in the best way that they possibly can, and support them through it. If that means that you have to stay up a bit later to help them with a project they're working on, or if there's something going on in their life that they need assistance with, you've got to be there. Even if you're not physically together, you still support each other from afar. And it's been a major lesson for us, because we did kind of grow into the same sort of person where we had the same interests and things, and we did try to, you know, merge our personalities together to be able to come together as a whole. But I've definitely learned in the past month or so that by supporting Dan to do what he wants to do, and by him supporting me in my photography and videography, I've definitely learned to really push myself as a human, and to be able to really go headfirst into the endeavors that I want to take with photography. And it's amazing to have someone who believes in me, who supports me, and is there to offer constructive criticism, but still I know loves me. So it's a really important one to be there to support your partner. Never knock anything that they want to try or do, and if they want to try something, be it art, gaming, clothing, literally anything, yoga, even if you don't fully believe in it, just support them through it and help them on their journey, because it's their life, it's their journey, and they've chosen you to be the special person that gets to be there through the whole journey. And you should take pride in that, but also support your significant other, your partner, through everything. These are all tips that you can take into your personal life with work or friends and family, but the most important thing is your relationship with your partner and how you manage that, because they're the person that you're going to spend the most time with, I imagine. But yeah, so here's to our first year of marriage. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thank you for watching today, and I really hope that you have learned something. If you have anything that you want to add on to that, please drop it in the comments below, because I do love to hear your feedback as well. And thank you for watching today, and have an awesome day. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking it out. If you are already here, thanks for sticking around. Have a great day or night.